This is the original style of Shotokan karate before they made it into a sport. Once you make a martial art into a sport, you take a lot of things out of it. Don't push that kick. This is a side step kick. One. Now pop it. And when you're kicking, George. Two. 10. 1.
I grew up in the dojo. I've been training martial arts and Shotokan karate for about 25 years now, and I can't even explain how much it has done for my life as a whole.
Guys, pop it. Ignore the chair. Ignore the few bruises on your feet. Ready?
Keep that stance, ready?
Good. Get up, get out, get up, get out, get up, get out. 10 seconds.
This dojo seems to keep up with the same principles as the old time. You know, everything strong, everything hard. You know, we train for the street.
8. He's cracking. 9. We're Marie. Always cracking. 10. All right. Here. Now do this. Excuse me. 7, 8, 9.
Good. This is how you fight, guys. This is what happens. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? Good. Whew. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Good fight, good fight.
In Midtown Atlanta, along a short stretch of road once home to a thriving warehouse and industrial area, where trains and railroad tracks are a constant reminder of the community's beginnings, sits a martial arts school whose mission is to bring yesterday's Shotokan karate traditions into the modern world. Tong Dojo Shotokan Karate, founded more than 10 years ago by 3rd Dan Richard Chapman, takes its namesake from one of America's most legendary karate academies, the original Tong Dojo, which operated for 30 years in Brooklyn, New York.
Tong Dojo came from the original Tong Dojo from Brooklyn, New York. Senseis George Cofield and Thomas the Puppet started that. Now, I was not directly involved with the Tong Dojo, but William Swift was. And whenever I came back to the East Coast from college, I used to go up to the Tong Dojo and train with them. But William Swift was the one who said, you know, let's see if we can rejuvenate the Tong Dojo. So we asked Thomas the Puppet's widow if the name had been used, and she said, as far as she's known, it hasn't been used. So we decided to use the Tong Dojo. And I hope that I am at least carrying the water for the Puppet and Cofield. Both are deceased now. And I just hope that they're looking down on me and says, yeah, you're doing a good job. We're proud of you.
Sensei Dwayne Vaughn, today a guest instructor at Atlanta's Tong Dojo, remembers the original school in Brooklyn.
It wasn't as big as this, but it was, you know, the hardwood floors and big mirrors along the wall, and had the lines down the middle of the floor so you knew how wide your stance was supposed to be, and trophies all over the place. And when you came in there, you came in there to train. Intensity was to the utmost. And I went in and started training there in 1969, and met Sensei Cofield. Started training and learned about the legacy of the dojo, and after my second year started competing, you know, because that was what Tong Dojo was known for, the competition. And you know, we go to tournaments and everybody would say, uh-oh, Tong's here.
Yeah! I'm saying, moving back now, same thing, step back, Tong is you, 2 punches, right? Ready?
Richard Chapman began his karate career back in 1962 in New Jersey. He has founded karate clubs from coast to coast, including New Jersey, Ohio, and California, before resurrecting the tradition and legacy of the original Tong Dojo.
I come from a football family. My parents really didn't want me to be in karate. They wanted me to be in football. I was too small. I said to my father, "Hey, Dad, the water boy is bigger than me." I finally found South Jersey Karate Club. It was headed by Sensei Leslie Safar and Sensei Okazaki. Okazaki used to come over on Saturdays and teach us. Safar was a full-time instructor, plus there was Bill Sharkey there. He later became my business partner. When I had took karate, I lived in a little town called Mount Royal, New Jersey. And I had to hitchhike from Mount Royal to Woodbury. Take a bus from Woodbury to Camden. Take another bus from Camden to Fairview. And the dojo was about a mile away. And I had to run from the bus stop over to the dojo to get there by 7 o'clock. Because in those days, Sensei Safar might have locked the door if you didn't get there on time. Now, I started this because I was always small, but it always interested me. You know, in those days, we bought comic books, and there was always ads in the books, "Fear no man, study jujitsu, study judo." I had a stack of books that high, and I found out real fast that you cannot learn martial arts when it comes to reading the book. And that's when I started looking for a school. And when South Jersey Karate Club opened up, I was one of the first ones there. And it was something that I enjoyed doing. You know, I was too small for football, too short for basketball, couldn't hit a curveball. So this is what I've been involved in since 1962, and I've absolutely loved it. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Today, Tong Dojo Shotokan Karate has more than 1,000 square feet of training space, including equipment found in traditional dojos such as makiwaras, but also many items not normally associated with traditional karate, such as grappling mats, free weights, and even a Wang Chun dummy. It also features private and secure changing areas and a comfortable seating area and lounge where parents and guests can relax while their children, family, and friends work out in the separate training area. Now, the torch of martial arts excellence is being passed to a second generation of Chapman Karateka. Chapman Shotokan Karate has opened in Tong Dojo's current location. Led by first Dan Tony Chapman and a group of young, dedicated instructors, this second generation of Chapman martial arts leaders is building a loyal group of students.
Well, martial arts have always been involved in my life at all times. I mean, with my dad being a chief instructor of third Dan of Shotokan Karate, I feel like I've been totally engulfed in the style from the very start. He taught me through the martial arts strength, perseverance, and more importantly, discipline and self-respect.
Tony Chapman has vivid memories of his father's first dojo in New Jersey.
That is my earliest memories of martial arts. He opened that a long time ago in Midtown, New Jersey, and I remember when I was a kid, I think I was about 7 or 8 years old, and he had just bought the place, and they were laying down the wood flooring, and I stepped on a nail. That's how young I was. I remember it going through my foot very, very vividly. It's very painful.
Both Tong Dojo Shotokan Karate and Chapman Shotokan Karate have a diverse group of students from every profession, age group, and demographic.
When I first started training here, I was highly overweight, and I really couldn't do any exercise. Actually, my first class, I hyperventilated. I thought I was going to die, and I actually wanted to quit. And then Tony was like, "Well, why don't you come on and keep training? You'll eventually get better." So I said, you know what, I've quit most things most of my life, so let me go ahead and stick with this. Because I had friends, I had family who they were supporting me as I was going through this. And then as time progressed, I've been here for about 1.5 years now, I have a sense of I can do it. It always starts off hard, but if you keep going at it and you keep practicing, you're going to do nothing but get better at it. And I have a sense of pride knowing that I can do that.
But Tony gives us all the real life implications to use it. Sensei Chapman is very traditional. He's very detail oriented. I love that. I love Sensei Vaughn's detail.
Friends.
Basically, unlike other dojos, or what Tony would say, he's not a mixed dojo. So if you go to other dojo, you don't get the real experience. Basically, what he teaches you is like for out on the streets, basically. So if you go to a regular dojo, you don't get like the physical contact of actually being punched and hit for real and being taken off the ground. More likely here, you know, it's like family, so you get punched and hit and everything, and they still love you at the end.
Richard Chapman tends to be a little more outspoken, a little bit louder, a little bit less gentle, but that's just the way he is, the way he was raised. Tony's just as tough. I mean, you're going to get every bit as tough a training out of Tony. It's just not going to be as loud. And then you got Sensei Vaughn, who really is, you know, a Michelangelo. He's a details guy. He's really big into the technique.
But the one requirement made of every student is to train hard and show as much diligence and dedication as the instructors.
Karate instructor is like a bartender because, you know, a lot of my students are a lot younger than me. And they'll come in with women problems and job problems, and I sit there and I listen to them. And I say, but it all goes back to training. What you do when you come in here, you leave all your problems outside. You come in here and you work all that frustration out. So that when you leave here, your problems will be there waiting for you. But the thing is, I think you're better equipped because you've cleared your mind.
Now, my dad is a Shotokan stylist through and through, and so am I. But if you really look at our styles, they're different. And I think that I've developed a very effective style. I got a great student base, as you can see right here. All these are my guys. And I look forward to continuing my father's legacy and the legacy of Shotokan karate and trying to move it into the next generation, which has a more open mind about grappling, throwing, and the importance of weapons defense and you know, just street fighting and realistic self-defense. Because marching up and down the floor and punching, it's great for technique and posture, but that's not fighting. Fighting is wild, fighting is dirty, fighting is gritty, and people need to realize that. I mean,
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I look really good in this gi. I mean, like bona fide, just sexy. Just